Good morning everyone, and just in case I'm missing time zones, good afternoon and good evening. That I caught a little bit of cold, but nothing to worry about. It's just my throat. That perhaps it's not a cold, it's just the amount of time that I had to stress out my voice, since as I've said numerous times, I'm going to take an exam next week, and I have to exercise a lot. You would wonder why, but I think that since I have constantly repeated about this, it's more about my fluency, if you have to call it like that. Just in case that I want to be sure that even if I had to use some technical terms or words, I'm sure that I will not misuse them in the wrong way, of course. And also it's making me very tired. Like, this is what you call language fatigue, if you had to give an appropriate terminology for that. Also, I think that for the time being, I'm gonna change my category before starting the game, which again, the game itself is not gonna be that long. It's just gonna be a very short game, an arcade game about X-Men that I think that it was published in 1992. It's very old, but it's actually pretty good. It's very short, and it gives you the chance to actually play a lot of characters that I don't think they were portrayed too much, at least some of them, if I remember correctly. And I don't know why I can't change my category. Oh well, might as well try to see if I can do anything about it. If not, well, I think that we can go with whatever. Let's see again if not it's gonna make me change my category. Oh, here we go. At least we have some time to talk a little bit about the more or less, of course, and things that have happened to me that are currently affecting me, not only as a PNGtuber or a vtuber, as you would prefer to call me, because I don't really have much of a problem. If someone would think that I'm not a VTuber, since my model is not like a 2D model, a 3D model, or any kind of model like that, because I think that besides that, we only have PNGtubers, GIF-tubers, like use a literal GIF, and I will also seeing like some models that were virtually created, but it's very hard to make them unique. Like the fact that in some way or another you want to be different from everyone else. Right before the stream I had to take some coffee just to get ready and start, and I started a little bit late because I was feeling a bit sick. Like, it's nothing to worry about it. it wasn't even related to the fact that, as I am saying, my throat is like hurting a little bit, and it's for this reason I think that this stream won't be too long, and it's purposely, and it's because of this purpose that I think that the game itself is just the best to play right now, so that I don't accept myself too much. In the meanwhile, I think that I'm going to set up the game, and then we're gonna be ready without waiting any longer. So, one thing that I really didn't notice is that in 5 days, for me, it's gonna be 1 month since I have started my, I don't know if it's correct to call what I'm doing right now career, because I'm not, how I'm gonna phrase this, like, it's not that I don't want to say that I'm not putting any effort at all. No, I'm not. I'm really putting some real hard work. Actually, I have invested and spent, well, let's say a fair amount of money because of their basic actually equipment. But I'm also gonna say that it's not that I have started for the idea that I want to make some money. Like, if I can have fun, I can meet with new people, I can talk to them. It's quite a different story. Like, I get to interact with a lot of people, and of course I may also have the chance to know about things that maybe until now I have only ignored, which is kind of fun. Well, I think that I am pretty close to actually start the game. Let's say I was actually conflicted about what to do for next week, because of the exams. It's not like I have to make a lot of preparation or how to say homework to do, because it's not like you're gonna learn a language because you know of some exercise that you did the day before. But it's also the fact that, well, if you exercise every single day by practicing your speaking, your reading, or whatsoever abilities that you're gonna consider, I think that you can get to any point. And I don't think it's only related to English. It could also be related to learning every single language. I mean, the more you practice, the better it's gonna be. It's only fair to assume that you're gonna learn a language in just one night, and the morning to the next morning you're gonna be complete fluent in a language. If that was possible, of course it will be very, very fun, and I think that very, very few people would actually take a course or classes at all. Oh well, we're gonna start the game. So I just want to make sure that the audio is not too loud. Let's see. Boom. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to make sure that you can see. I think that I'm gonna... Okay. I think it's pretty... It's on the right side. I can deactivate this and this.
X-Men.
We're just gonna wait a little bit so that I can make sure that you're gonna see the introduction, because I think that it's quite nice.
X-Men.
This is literally the introduction of the game. Like, they're gonna explain what is happening. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think that we can play even normal. And we can start. It's not even that the problem. So the idea is that this game, and I have to change again the category. Oh damn. Oh god. Oh, well, it's not gonna be that hard. And done. Here we go. Okay, the idea is that this game was actually played in the arcade, and well, you had the chance to play along with your friends in a cabinet. But like, I never had a chance to experience that. I just know the game because I was actually pretty passionate about video games. I always watched people play games, but it was really difficult for me to afford to buy a game. So when I found that there was an X-Men game and it was pretty much cheap at the time, it's not like I bought the game literally this day.
In the 21st century, evil mutants led by Magneto aim to destroy the world. Humans could do nothing against the power of the evil mutant. The only hope is X-Men. Go and save the city!
And the funny thing is that it doesn't even matter if you lose your life. Like, your health bar right there, it's gonna diminish if, like this, if you use a special move, it's gonna get less and lesser. Oh god, I got sorry. Got into the game so early that and it doesn't even matter that we have like 3 lives. Because the game itself, if we actually played in a real arcade, we had to restart all over again. But in this case, we don't have to. Like the game, this one that is reproduced on the console. It's just gonna say you want to continue or not. It's not gonna make you restart from the very beginning. because they realize that game is quite hard. I mean, not really that hard if you put some effort, but I don't want to. I mean, the idea is that today I just vibe and chill. And if I can play today with all of the characters at my disposal, that would be really cool. And there we go, we only have one life. It's games like this that I think that it doesn't even matter if the audio or the video quality is just, you know, very low, but at the time that the game was made, I think that it's pretty high. It's just entertaining for the music and how the game is made. We're not even oh, I was saying that I didn't want to give him time. As you can see now, it's gonna say continue. Wolverine. I'm just gonna play okay, and I'm gonna start right from this point. And we have defeated the Pyro, like that. The game itself, it's not hard, as I've said. It's just that you're gonna proceed further and encounter a lot of bosses. So yeah. I could literally spam the button of the attack and completely not save my health bar whatsoever, just because I know that I'm not gonna restart the whole game again, and I don't even have a time limiter to respect. So for those that were actually thinking about that tweet that I made about Senator Armstrong, is because I was actually playing the game of Metal Gear Rising, and when I was about to defeat the guy, what happened is that the game wasn't letting me any space or idea to actually defeat Armstrong. By that I mean that when you actually start the fight, what happens is that the pattern of his attacks completely changes every time that, well, you start again after you die. And by that I mean that what actually happens is that, oh my god. Okay. Oh, we have to continue this way. Of course. By that I mean that what happened is that, oh my god, I'm losing concentration over this game, which is really dumb. I don't know, it's like I really want to play the game and I really don't want to talk at all, but at the same time I know that I don't have to put that much effort. But I know that I don't want to look look so bad at playing at this. And there's a part at the boss fight of Senator Armstrong where he's actually going to throw at us some pillars. And when it came to, oh, hello, he's 355. Hi, thank you for the follow. My name is Yoma. I am a PNGtuber, a street racer, and today we are playing some little arcade of X-Men of 1992, which is pretty much old, but I want to use this chance to actually chat a little bit about myself and just how long I have been streaming so far. Since in 5 days it's gonna be like 1 month since I have started. How are you today? How are you feeling? And don't feel too pressured to actually answer. The whole idea of this streaming is to actually chill and vibe. Because as I was saying, when you finish, like you die, like by now, you then have to start the game all over again, like it would happen to a regular arcade game. You're just gonna have to continue. If this was a real arcade game, I think that we had to start all over again, like from the very first boss. And as I was saying, I was playing Metal Gear Rising, and when it came to the part of slashing through the pillars, like the game was, I don't know why, was calibrated so bad that I couldn't cut through at all. And I don't remember, yeah, there was actually a gay soul that was actually trying to help me, but as I was stating more and more times, what happened is that no matter the strategy, no matter if I had tried to dodge the pillars to crush me, the whole game was trying to make me fall for real. Like I lost about, no wait, not about, more than 1 hour just to figure out how I could defeat the guy. And by the way, in this game actually you can start again and you can select another character. Like there is, oh, here's the blob.
Nothing moves the blob. Nothing
yeah, sure.
Moves the...
Now I think that it's gonna kill me, and then we're gonna start. Oh, not yet, I guess.
Nothing.
And here we go. The second boss was defeated. Like as you have seen, I don't know, like we have started 15 minutes ago.
We have been taken by Magneto. However, we had time to locate their base on Island M. Destroy it.
Now we're gonna get to the fun part of the game. Like this part is so strange. The fun part of this game is actually that for every single level you actually have a different soundtrack. Like, even if the mechanic is so old, it's still enjoyable. You're pretty lovable. Yeah, that fight with Senator Armstrong was so hard that I don't think I want to repeat the experience of playing Metal Gear Rising that soon. Well, I plan to actually play both the DLCs of Metal Gear, the one where we actually know more about the past of Sam, Jetstream Sam, and the one with the cyber dog. That I think that I'm not the only one that doesn't even remember his name. It's just an EI. It's just a way to know about some lore. There you go. And one thing that I was experiencing lately is the fact that since I've started to practice more my English, I started to lose my fluency in my native language. Thing that was really weird, I think, at least for me, I think. It was that I was on my train, I was going back to home, and at some point, in a very long time, for the first time, actually, I don't know in how much time, I was actually watching, I don't even remember what, on my phone. It was this video about another Italian content creator, and while he was talking, I was not understanding nothing at all. I was like, what the hell? And the thing surprised me because it's very unlikely that from like in a very short time you actually don't understand more your native language. Like, don't get me wrong, not at all, but like some part of it. I get that sometimes you can't understand like someone that speaks your own native language, even though the only difference perhaps could be only the accent. But I think that's another story. I mean, at some point you still understand that. And it's quite reassuring the fact that things like these can happen to everyone, since your brain tries to, oh my god, these guys are so annoying, they trying to distract me so much. Sheesh, I'm really doing mental gymnastics here right now. I don't know how I do the idea to talk and game at the same time. Like, of course I talk while I play, but the fact that I'm talking about a different topic about the game is, I think that it's making all of these more difficult. But it's not a problem. I mean, the whole game does not require that much of an ability. Everyone will just complete it.
X-Men, welcome to die!
Thank you, Magneto. And we are gonna face the third boss. Oh, shish. Like, I don't understand the correlation of the Wendigo with
Go and rescue Kitty from the
Magneto,
cave.
but I'm just gonna leave it there. At least for those that, like me, were always interested in Marvel Comics. I was also thinking about lately about the idea of living alone. At least for me right now, it's not a problem. Like, I can pretty much do everything by myself, like the cleaning and the groceries. But the only thing that I'm still not used to is cooking. Like, and I say this because for a lot of time I was much more concentrated on studying than to actually learn something. I mean, don't get me wrong, but studying and learning to make chores around the house, it's a completely different story. And by this I mean that by themselves, like if you take each and every task that you make around your house, they're not hard, but I don't think that you want to spend your entire day making chores, so you gotta be quick. And I think that it's the thing that it's gonna make you tired. Like, no matter what, even if your endurance is like one of the top athletes, because you gotta move around the space, whatever, and it doesn't even matter how much your house, your apartment, or where you live is I don't know how big it is. Still, you're gonna have to make the effort to actually keep the space clean. You can just delete this little guy, so that's it's not spamming these guys. Thank God. Oh, what was that? Yeah, sure, move on. I might. I think that when I'm gonna end this very first time playing as Wolverine, I think that if there is enough time, I'm gonna actually restart the whole game, but I'm gonna play with another character. I mean, we have Nightcrawler, Colossus, there is a Cyclops, yes, and there was actually another character that it's not coming up in my mind. I don't know. I mean, it's understandable because this character is not that popular. Like, it lost so... Like, everyone lost interest so much about this character that I think that at some point they had to replace it in every single media with Gambit. which, to be fair, it's more interesting and it was pretty much oh my gosh. And it was pretty much an element of, you know, of comedy, to have fun, to make jokes, irony.
Wolverine.
Because of all the beef that Cyclops and Wolverine shared through the time. Okay, I think that very soon we're gonna face another boss. These levels are not that long. We're gonna play this game out again. Sure. And this guy is supposed to be Silver Samurai. Don't even question me about this. I truly don't know how it's possible that this guy is Silver Samurai. I'm just gonna spam this button as long as I can. Then it's gonna hit me, it's gonna respawn me, and I'm gonna use again the life bar entirely. And here we go. And we have said Kitty Pride. This game, I think it's actually based on the very first OVA. Like, it was a pretty much old movie about X-Men. And it was pretty short, I think. It was about 15 minutes. And it was actually decent. At least for the time that it was made. Because you actually don't expect people to put that much effort in producing stuff related to comics or character taken by fiction. Also, another thing that I wanted to talk about, let me remember just a little bit. Oh my god, my mind is so, like, it's not empty, but I think that I've got the wrong game to actually chill and vibe. Because even if you understand that it's, I don't have to fret over about this game, I don't actually have to worry about, but it's also frustrating that
Queen, welcome.
It's also frustrating that you have to answer all of these attacks, and you really hate the fact that they hit you and you're just going down. Okay, here we go. I was considering as I said in my last stream, that I will be very interested to play the first Metal Gear Solid game, and then of course play the second and at least the third. And if I can actually get my hands on the rest of the games, like Metal Gear is Walker and the two Metal Gears 5, which I don't know if there is any difference about plot or elements of the story. It could be fun. And unfortunately, as I have explained, the whole thing that went down between Kojima and Konami, the whole franchise, I think it was completely ruined. They could have just stopped with, well, Metal Gear 5, whatever 5 we are talking about, and we would have been just happy. And when they released the game of Metal Gear with the chance to play online, well, I think that everyone pretty much understood that it was just a way, like in order to make profit from the title. Oh, and here we go with this nice fight with Juggernaut. And here we go with another one down.
X-Men, nice job. Magneto is over there. Follow me.
Sure, Charles. How did you get in there? See, I told you.
Fell into our trap.
Oh my god. Hold on, wait. Oh, as I was saying, the fact is that when you live alone, there are actually some pros and cons that maybe until now even like you never actually considered. When you live alone, surely the only one that it has responsibility to maintain is on yourself, which is actually pretty good. But when you realize that you're the same guy that has to do everything around the house, it kinda makes you realize that you have to organize your time, make a schedule, even on the things that you do around the house. Because today I think that we have to get, like, we go in so much rush. Oh my god. Here we go. Like, today we are in so much rush that we don't even have time for ourselves. The time, for example, to stop by our home, have a meal or two, and instead we have to stop by some McDonald's or just another fast food. And we can pretty much agree that such a lifestyle is not that healthy. Like, you still want to eat something that it's pretty genuine for your own body, and I think that it would also affect your mental health in a way or another. Don't even ask me who are these, because they're actually nobody. I think that they're actually robots.
Wolverine!
Alright, here we go. And we're good to go.
X-Men! X-Men! Magneto is planning to attack Earth from his asteroid base. You must foil his plan before it's too late. Go after the giant
Yeah,
sentinel.
sure, buddy. Oh yeah, wait, I think that this whole game is about that OVA that I've talked earlier, because it's pretty much the game is pretty much the summary of all the story, without the robots, without the Wendigo, and without all of that. It's the story, it's pretty much not that complicated like this game. And here we go. And right now that I'm taking English classes, I have to take public transportation, like every time that I have to go. And yeah, when you travel by train, it's a nice experience, but there are still unfortunate events or people that you can encounter that will make that experience uncomfortable. Nothing that's it's really that important happened to me, but some people honestly have to be reminded constantly that it's not like they can act as if they are the only one that exists. Like, I was on the train, I was sitting nicely on my seat, I was going back to my home after I finished my class, and essentially the guy that was just right behind me had like his phone playing some music that I don't know what was about it, because I could understand a single word. I assume it was English. And he just kept the volume so high, like he didn't even try to say, oh, you know, I'm annoying someone, I'm just being a nuisance. or maybe just someone right close to me is trying to rest a bit. And there were also people that were pretty much distressed by this guy. And the guy even had some headphones with him. Like, it's common understanding that on the train you can encounter a lot of people that have actually took the train because of work, because you actually have to go somewhere to study, because you actually had to go out of your city or town to make commissions or something else related. And I think that traveling itself is very tiring, and yet there are people that are completely again with this guy disrespectful, again with the Wendigo. Oh my gosh.
Nothing moves the blob.
Whatever keeps you up at night, buddy.
Wendigo. Wendigo.
Again with the Silver Samurai. They just decided to spam these guys right here. Again with the Juggernaut, of course. Alright, I think that we are pretty close. Oh, by the way, for those that are new to my channel, I forgot that to link right here in chat, where also you can find me. Here we go. These are actually my socials. The first one is for Twitter, where I post at the end of every week my schedule and everything related to stream or everything whatsoever related to me, to my persona.
Wolverine.
And the second one instead is the YouTube channel for my bot that I use to upload every single stream that I have made so far, even if I have to change something. I don't know about this particular stream if I had to private and oh, it wasn't the real Magneto. Damn it.
Alas, that was Mystique, not Magneto. Magneto is in another place. Go, X-Men!
Okay, sure, but ow, just
I am Magneto! Dead!
okay. I think
You are
that
helpless
this is
against
the
my
last
power,
fight.
X-Men!
Then we're gonna
Kill
stop just a little bit because I actually realized that it's not that easy.
Shield! You are dead! Dead!
I would actually like to know
shall
if
meet
there
with
are
my
any
wrath.
people that
Kill you.
have actually played this game
You are
and
dead.
never died.
You are dead!
Like they never had to use my
Shield! helpless against my power, X-Men. Kill you. So you are dead.
And I think that I also need some water.
You are helpless against my power. You are dead. Wolverine.
And yet I was resurrected.
You are dead. Kill you. Kill you. You are dead. Die. Ex-chicken, you are dead. Kill you. Shield. You are dead.
This guy is the only one that is countering my attacks. And here we go, we win. Of course they did not leave the guy on that asteroid, because Magneto is defeated. X-Men succeed to rescue Professor and return to Earth with victory, but still the battle against the threats of the evil has just begun. Note, the game is not over yet. What do you mean, man? I remember that there was no such thing as a continuation of this game. Unless I'm wrong, of course. Well, let's see if there's anything in store for us. Okay, in the meanwhile, I'm just going to get some water for myself, and then I'll be right back. It's not gonna take that much. Hold on. I'm back. I have returned with some water, of course. Okay, we're gonna stop the game just for a little bit so that I just take a little break. Then we're gonna start again. The whole purpose of the game is just so that we enjoy ourselves. Hold on, I'm just gonna put some music. Let's see. Alright, I think that this is some music that we can chill.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light.
Okay, as I was saying, guys,
With a flame,
or if you want, we can
you in this game.
continue playing the game, of course, by changing the character. And maybe I have to lower a little bit the audio. I think it was a bit loud, sorry. So I think that pretty far it's been almost 1 month. I really would like to make something special, of course, for you guys, for those that have actually followed me until now. And I hope that I continue to do this for as much as I can, of course, for the only purpose of having fun. And alright, well, it's not that serious what I was talking about before, but the idea that someone is actually annoying you on the train just because he only cares about his own self-interest is actually pretty bad. The fact that we are not that very considerate about the people around us. And yeah, as if that was the only problem with when you travel outside of your own city, of course. Because an unfortunate episode that happened was that while I was on my way in the middle of the road, I was stopped by a scammer with the same attitude that you could hear by a lot of people, like they want to approach you by the fact that they want to give you something as a gift, as a present, or as you would like to call it, of if there's anything that you like from what they have. And then after you receive it, yeah, they like ask you to receive some money or some kind of donation, even though you're not entitled to do so, since the fact is that if someone gives you something as a gift, they are literally gifting you something. You don't have to give something back. Like, that's the whole idea behind the idea of giving gift, to not pretend to receive anything back. But some people use this as a way to scam people, so that you feel obliged to actually give money to people that in the very first place you never wanted to interact whatsoever. So that actually puts you in a bad position, not because you don't want to give any money or because you feel greedy, but it's just the simple idea that you never wanted to have anything to do with this guy or people, or with these people in general. You were just minding your own business. You were just going, walking down the road, going to, I don't know, to your workplace, to your study place, or any place in general. And then there is a random guy that is stopping you in the road just to scam you with something that's probably it won't even cost like the way that they got it from, like even 1 cent. Like they're gonna sell you something that it has literal value of 1 cent or something like that, and then they're just gonna give it to you and be like, oh, you know, can you just give, I don't know, $5 for that? And even if you do, even if you give them actually the money, whatever you're gonna receive, it's actually not going to be of that value, like at all. The only time that I fell for a scam because I didn't know at all, it was when I was on a trip in summer, and there was this guy that it wasn't actually pushing me to do anything at all. It was actually being very pretty much friendly. It was like, oh, you know, with the same idea to give me a gift or something like that. And then it's just gonna be, oh, you know, can you give me $1? And I'm like, what? And was like, yeah, sure, because, you know, for me, I really want to give gifts, but I also need to have money with me, like. And at some point was like, if you can give me $1, then give me $2. And I was like, what? I was more amazed of the fact, not because initially it told me, oh, you know, you can give me $1 because I need money, I don't have really anything to do, I'm even giving you a gift. At this point it's not even a gift, you're just selling me something. It's the fact that after I told you, I was surprised that I had to give you money, even if it's $1. I had to give you $2, like $1 more, and it was more raising the price, if we want to call it like that, because it wasn't actually selling anything at all, it was actually scamming. And when you encounter these kind of people, like, the most unfortunate episode is the one that happened like in this very well, in this very week, that when he actually stopped me, I knew that he was gonna approach me with that idea, because a literal random literally stopped me in the middle of the road. I didn't know me, there was no reason at all to stop me, it wasn't even an officer, but as if there was a reason for an officer to stop me, because there wasn't any at all. And this guy looks at me and is like, oh, you know, you don't have to worry, I don't have any guns on me. I'm like, yo, why are you making a statement like that? If, like, what's the meaning behind the fact that you're telling me that you don't have anything on you? Like, the very first thing that you do when you approach someone that scams you would like to be friendly. Like, what's the idea to being friendly with someone that you want to scam by making a half of a threat or a threat to tell someone, oh, you know, I don't have anything dangerous on me, like, what are you telling me? And then I saw that it was in company with another guy. They were just separating and scamming different people in the area. It was actually even shorter than me, the guy that approached me, and then there was this another guy that was absolutely like tall. Like, if I had to tell the height, I would even say that it was about 2 meters, if not where, you know, 190 centimeters, if we talk about centimeters. But if we had to convert that in foot, I think that would be around 6 feet, which is still pretty high, I guess. And the whole thing is that the thing that most made me upset is the fact that when he tried to approach me, he was trying to reach for the inside of the pocket of my jacket, of my leather jacket, and I was there like, bro, I'm seeing you, I know what you're doing right there. Like, you don't even have to explain yourself, because I didn't have anything inside of my pocket, as if not my phone that was connected to my headphones that I had, like, that I was using before he actually stopped me. And then when he realized that I was looking at him while he was doing his deed, let's call it like that, then he was like, oh, you know, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, thank you, I'm not interested anymore. And I was like, no, you know, you can check more stuff that I have, of course, with me. I was like, I'm not interested, leave me alone. Like, that's the thing that upset me the most, because it was not about scamming someone, it was actually trying to steal something from me, of course, like from an average student. I don't know what goes through these people's minds to actually scam or steal people like that, because you don't actually know them, you actually don't know if you're going to make some damage or a lot to them, like that it's going to affect their life. But damn it, to the people that even travel outside, like, that's at the shortening thing. Of course, I'm not saying that this can happen to everyone that travels outside, and I'm not saying that it can always happen. I'm just saying that it can happen in some cases, and I think that you have to be prepared to the idea that if you ever had the chance to actually encounter this kind of people, and I hope that you do not, to actually try to avoid them and tell them that you're not interested and you're in a hurry, that you actually have to get somewhere, like literally right now, as if we are to explain right now the situation, and you literally avoid them because you don't want to add anything with these guys. The more you're gonna stay with them, the more they're gonna try to look you bad, so that you actually give money to them for whatever reason that they're going to find. Like, no matter what, they're going to find a reason to actually make you look bad, gonna give you a reason to give them money, and then you're gonna take something that, if you even want to look up, it's gonna be like, oh, you know, this one thing, if I wanted to buy it by myself, it was something that I could have found, like, I don't know, even something that's in those kind of toys that are given to children when they just, you know, open some kind of egg, and then they found the little surprise inside, like that kind of toys or gifts that children can have. Of course, I'm making examples because it could be like anything that have little surprises inside that don't have that much of a value. They're just for, yeah, and per entertainment for the kid that it's taking that thing. And yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, it's on a whole new level in confront to the fact that, you know, some ride on the train, it's with some music, it's annoying, yeah, sure, whatever. At some point the guy be standing or sitting behind you, it's gonna leave the train, so you're not have to deal with that anymore. Instead, it's different from what I explained right now, because it's completely different, and with these people you don't want to have anything at all, because some of these people can actually create more trouble that they could. Even if in the very first moment you did anything. And well, to change the topic, to my English classes, what I have realized until now is that to at least to me, I'm gonna explain this to my point of view to make myself clear. People expect that when you learn a language, you actually have to absorb the accent that comes in that language, even though you realize that at some point you're actually conflicted about the idea if you have to absorb that kind of accent because of the pure idea of learning a language so that you can be proficient based on your fluency, of course, or you just want to mimic or mock someone that of course he was born like in their motherland, and of course their accent is not like artificial. If you have to explain it, it's like natural and it's their way to talk. And one thing interesting is that when you learn a language, people are gonna learn an accent based on the people that they listen to. Even when you have a conversation with someone that perhaps you're talking for the first time, unconsciously speaking, you're going to mimic that same accent involuntarily speaking, because it's the way that our brain works, that we assimilate everything that comes in touch with us. Of course, everything that we might like or not. And that's actually an interesting topic, because the whole idea is that they want you to be fluent in English, but they want you to give you an accent that is like close to someone that, I don't know, it was actually born in UK, America, Australia, whatever country you could think of that's as a first language English, or most of the people talk in English. At least I'm talking to my point of view, the language that I'm learning, or at least the language that I'm trying to learn more things about. And well, I think that at some point you have to actually find a middle ground, so that you give them, like, to the people that of course you want to make sure that they're gonna be like, oh, you know, you're actually that good with your English. And then with the people around you, you want to make sure that the accent and you're making is not something that you're actually trying to make because you're trying to mimic, like mimic as a way to mock people because of their way, because of their speaking, but because it's actually the only way that you're trying to talk, because it's actually correlated to the accent that you're using, because there is actually a solid difference that you can find even when you talk. I mean, even if you are to line up right now before you, like an American, Canadian, an Australian, and a British guy, no matter what, like, their accent is gonna be of course different, but it's not their fault if in the middle of the conversation they're gonna switch or they're gonna change their accent a little bit, because it's kind of part of ourselves to actually adapt to understand more about the guy, because even though they may talking in the same language, they may not be understanding each other, not because they're using a wrong vocabulary or a wrong grammar, but because there's actually a difference of accent that your hearing is not used. The same way that some people could find hard to actually listen to me, of course, but that depends purely on people and on how much time you spend with some people, of course. And while I use this chance to actually talk about myself, I was actually working on some stuff for my future streams or whatever content I could make. And in the middle of the night, like, you have to imagine, it has passed little on midnight. It's like between 1 and 2 am. You live in a house that it's not big, like a lot big, and it's not even small, it's like in the between. And while you're working at the computer, you're like in the complete dark, you're just at a tiny light that is brightening up your room. At some point there is a power cut. And of course, when a power cut happens, there is an emergency light, and like the emergency light was placed in such a position, like laterally speaking to my room, that I actually thought for a moment, like the moment that the emergency light turned off, that someone just entered my house with, of course, with a light, and was like, what the hell? Like, my door is completely blocked. I closed the door with my keys, the keys are still inside, like, what the hell? And then I realized, oh yeah, it's just a power cut, because I'm seeing actually that on the screen of my PC, like, it's not charged anymore, so it's actually missing electricity, so it's fine. But like, the feeling was so bad that my heart was literally going to jump like up in my throat, because I don't know why I thought that someone entered my house, but the fact that I saw a random light that I did not turn on, and it was completely random and such at a late hour of, well, night, early morning, if you like to call it like that, 1 am, 2 am. It was actually quite a jump scare, to say, like, no one, like, as no horror game could give you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I don't know how many of you that actually follow me are students, but it's also correlated to my English classes. And I think that it's just a fine way to describe to those people how it's like for those that are not native speakers to actually learn language and how it is viewed from the outside. And people, or we can say teachers, expect that people that are actually learning English have to follow a certain order and grammar that is full of technical terms. Like, I don't remember, oh yeah, I do remember, there was a stream that I was making of Battlefield 3 where I was talking to Eclair, and we were like chatting for a little bit, and we were talking about the fact that it's surreal, the idea that you are considered fluent in a second language if you're taking a certificate or some kind of paper, if your vocabulary is pretty much full of almost all of the words that exist in that language. That of course not all of the words are gonna be in that. Not of course all of the words are gonna be in English, because in a way or another each language is going to take a word or two by another language and be like, we're not gonna translate that because there's no way to translate that word, and the meaning is gonna be the same. Like the way that you take a French word, for example, I don't know, we could say croissant. Croissant is not a word that is translated, even though it's French, but it is used in the English vocabulary. And the thing is that I was given an assignment, right? And on this assignment it was said to me, well, it was said to me but also to my other classmates, if we were to call them like this. We were given this assignment where we had to actually write an essay on a random topic. Like, it's not a matter of like talking about a specific topic. And the idea is that when you write an essay, you should use as many technical words as many as you can. And this is actually so funny because in your daily life, and I think this is a reasoning that can be applied to every single language, is the fact that we only use between 3,000 and 4,000 words each and every day. And if we had to count the English vocabulary contains about 30,000 words, and all of us, we actually use only less than half of the vocabulary, like 3,000 out of 30,000, if we had to summarize or make the number a little bit more round. And this same thing, as I said, it is applied to every single language, because we don't tend to talk about a specific topic like, oh, you know, we're gonna talk about a scientific project, so we're gonna use a language that is appropriate for that space because of what you can talk about. And it is actually pretty annoying, the fact that you use this kind of mindset for people, because there are even people that when they speak their own language, they may not know even some of the words that they're actually part of their language. But that's really it. Okay, so I need to get some water, just a little bit. Fortunately, I have filled the bottle with enough water so that won't be dry as like a lot. Yeah, okay. Sheesh. Damn, time really flies when you're really enjoying your time. It's almost 1 hour and 30 since we have started, and yeah, I think that's really some time for real. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that for next week I have to find a way around to actually make some streams, even if it's literally only 1 or 2. And then I got to organize some stuff. Maybe the best situation would be that next week I don't stream at all, so that I can prepare some stuff to actually play some specific games that I actually have in mind to take. Yeah, alright. Let's see if we can change the character, since I'm not seeing the option to do so. I'm not seeing one. Let's get out of the game and try again. Yeah, we can change character. Okay, oh yeah, this was the other character, that was Dazzler, which is not that famous. They don't have pretty much any success. Honestly, I don't really feel like playing this game again. Okay, I think that we're gonna play a little bit more. And alright, wait a moment. I'll be right back.
Don't leave by frozen memories. It's fine. Losing all these broken dreams.
I have returned. So I think that I'm gonna decide for someone interesting. Let's go for Nightcrawler, and then we're gonna start the game. I'm not even going to put the audio of the game. I think that I'm gonna live just with this music. It's more chilling I guess, even to relax a little bit.
Bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating.
My controller actually was my favorite when I first played this game, or when I was actually interested in comics in general. I mean, it had both the it was still someone that was going to make you laugh and make you understand when the situation is dramatic, if we were to describe it.
With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill.
honestly, the thing with that have been happening these days, like the whole story with from the Twitter blue check mark, from the idea that maybe Twitter is going to shut down, like for real. It's actually so complicated. To my understanding, in the very first time when the topic about the blue check mark, the fact was that a lot of people were scared, and it's comprehensible that the blue check mark was a system that was available only to some countries and not to all of them. And because of this reason, people were afraid that this was going to mess up the algorithm for which you can actually be viewed as an artist or a content creator of any sort, because Twitter is actually the platform that I used to actually be visible to the people that interact with the platform or with other creators in general. And it will be kind of a loss if Twitter literally shut down for real. And I'm not saying this because since I'm starting literally, well, I have started from only 1 month, and now I'm seeing this problem that has been brought up. It's kind of hard to think that Twitter is going to have problems, since it's actually a pillar of the internet that we had for so much time, like for about 10-11 years or even more. And to think that there's actually the possibility for the platform to die because of what well, Elon has been doing since he actually bought Twitter. Well, the possibility is still there, because the guy seems that to have some, I don't know, because I'm not sure, they want to spread misinformation. Seems to have problems with the staff, and the fact that he wanted to reduce his workforce so that he could improve Twitter. The only thing that I can think about is the fact that among those, that 75% of people, there are actually going to be people that probably are not that young, and since have lost, unreasonably speaking, their job, I find hard that they're going to a new job whatsoever. Since it's going to be very, very difficult for those that, well, they could be very, very close to retirement age, and well, it kind of sucks. While for those that you can actually consider young people, perhaps they surely have a chance to actually find a job to I don't know, to another service, another platform. There are literally a lot of them. And surely on a curriculum, an experience like to have worked on Twitter could only help. Again, I don't like the idea that since a social media like Twitter has existed for so much time, and it's actually a social that it's true to its purpose and to its name, like the idea to interact with a lot of people all over the world, to have the freedom of speech, to talk about whatever comes up to your mind, to use the platform to actually post content that you create. It is kind of innovative and even ahead of its time, if really had to consider, deeply speaking. Because if we had to take into account platforms like Reddit, Facebook, Tumblr, or any platform that could come up in your mind, I can say that Twitter more or less today is dead. Like, I don't think it is used as it was in the past, and I don't think that Facebook has the right energy to attract people to its platform, or for the idea that the algorithm is so bad that even if we had to talk about the topic of discoverability, for those people it's, and even for myself, would be very very hard. And for Reddit, it's a whole another concept of actually talking to people that will always read whatever they are interested to, and they will not have a chance to actually think about to discover someone or something new, which is actually fair, since Reddit is actually born as a platform like blogging. So that you only talk, or you can make questions about, well, topic related. But, well, as many people said, it's very very difficult for the platform to shut down like in one night, or well, I don't know, like in a month, even if the news that are coming up right now are not that, well, we can only think of the best outcome. And, well, maybe if there is someone that actually wants to take up the mantle of creating a new platform like that is similar as much as they can to Twitter, that could be of course fun, and I think that many people will have the chance to actually translate their work, whatsoever work we talk about, since Twitter was so afraid, since, well, I'm not talking about Twitter, sorry, I meant Tumblr, because before content creation I started using Twitter as a medium, after the whole thing that went on with Tumblr, like the fact that they were so, how to say, they were so incapable with their jobs to actually give assistance to what they were actually doing and to the actual content that was posted. Like even the bots that were used for to monitor and to understand if the content is safe for the community or not, or does not violate rules at all. That they actually said like, oh, you know, any content related to this, even if it's just innocent, you're not gonna post it anymore. And so everyone transferred back to Twitter, where you could have actually posted everything that you wanted to. Of course, I'm not saying that it's right to post everything, like every kind of content. There are actually content that can be harmful to people, and I do not condone that. But the fact that as an owner of the platform, you didn't want to take any responsibility of what people post, it's actually a sign that you're not ready to make any improvement at all, even to the users there, that actually think that they rule the market even more than everyone else, even more than sponsors or whatever you could think of. And the fact that many people are saying like, oh, you know, it's the whole thing that if Twitter really shuts down for real, I'm gonna change to Tumblr or Reddit. Or let's realize, guys, that Twitter is a true social media to its name. YouTube is used primarily to post shorts and even videos. It's not for chatting with people. Reddit is actually a blog where you actually talk about content that you already know about it, so it's not like a platform to be discovered. If we take the account TikTok, yes, you can be discovered because everyone is using it right now, as if it was Facebook when it was first created. But still, there's not a way to actually communicate with the people inside your community or outside your community, or people that you would like to know. And people were also taking into account again Tumblr. Like, I would like to understand, how do you intend to post your work where perhaps even the most innocent thing could be just flagged as, oh, you know, it can be viewed, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. And on Twitter there are already people that they try to not post content like as if it were nothing, trying to use links or outside websites. They're just gonna leave the link on the platform. But yeah, it is just such a difficult topic that even if you are just a user or a content creator of any sort, or even an artist, you actually don't know how to address it, and solutions are very different to find. And I think that's this whole thing, no matter how it ends, I think that it will just end as ever. Like, since there is no other option at all, we're gonna continue using Twitter in the same way that some people did with Tumblr. Like, they did not left completely, and some continued to do so since they realized that for some of them perhaps it was not an option to actually change, and there was no way to do otherwise. And I think that the same thing can be said about Twitter. There is literally no alternative to the problem. We just have to hope for the best, and perhaps I'll somewhere a theory about, maybe think about the fact that maybe in less than 1 year Twitter could be just in the hands of someone else, maybe go back as it was before, but I don't know. Elon is not a guy that can be read that much easily. So it's even hard to make any assumptions on the matter. I think that's the only reasonable thing to do, is just to wait and to understand what to do. Yeah, sure. Honestly, to play every single character that is available into this game and repeat the whole game all over again, it would be pretty boring. Because don't get me wrong, it is that I play, I'll just stall about whatever comes into my right mind, but besides that, that was some water. What was that again? Like, I don't know why, but when I stop for a moment that I'm not doing anything this game, something randomly is just going to hit me like an explosion, even though there are no enemies at all. Honestly, some of these robots are reminding me of the Doom bot that Dr. Doom has used in the past, but it's added to link the things. Because technically they're not the same universe even though they are. But I think that some people kinda get it, what I'm trying to say. Hope the music is enough good to chill and vibe, just have some fun, I guess. I don't know why, but today I'm very tired. Like, I feel like I don't have that much of energy. But I'm sorry. It's not like I want to say that, you know, I'm getting bored or I don't want to stream, it's just that I am tired. And maybe the fact that this game does not require that much of ability, let's say, like the fact that you know that even if you die, you're not gonna start the game all over again.
I feel like I fought all my life for this. This one part, this 1/3 I've always missed.
Why I feel like this music is gonna be like relatable energy, even if I don't know the song.
Oh, I can't forget myself. The peace that I'm missing, it kills me inside. I need help, oh please give me back. This one pub, this one food, I'm sorry I lost it.
No, I let my weapons fall. I'm drowning in the fears, and now I know that I will fall again and let it go, but I can't stop to love.
Today, unfortunately, it's not a sunny day, so my room is completely dark and the light that I have, it's also very poor, so maybe that's why I'm getting even more tired than I already am. But nonetheless, I still enjoy the fact that I'm streaming and that I am some time for myself. Oh no, again. We have to go through the same ordeal. Oh well.
There's one downside about living in the center of the UK. It's the highest rate of radiation in this tiny, pitiful rock. And the fact they never tell you that when your hair starts to fall out, radiation poisoning, it's a secret within. They'll never tell you that in the medical.
Alright, this is the final fight. I think that after this I pretty much tired. Alright. Oh my god, my stomach is grumbling so much. I think that I'm a little hungry, I guess. Okay, I think that we're pretty close. Okay. We have defeated him. And we're good. Thank God. Oh, the struggle of X-Men will be continued. No, the game is not over yet. Oh yeah, so I guess that I have misinterpreted the whole thing. So the fact is that they want to say like, oh, you were able to finish one time, so you're gonna restart again and you're gonna play until, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. I am pretty much tired of it. Let's just take this off the screen, and now I think I want to do that. I'm too lazy to do that. So let me check something real quick. Okay, I know who to raid. Alright. Okay, well guys, thank you for following my stream. Sorry if my energy today was a bit too low, but I was a bit tired. I'll make sure to inform each and every one of you about, well, about my schedule, what I will do for next week, and everything. So thank you guys for watching me, and I'm gonna link right now again my socials. These are for my Twitter, so you can check me out, for my schedule, for everything that I will post, and for every live stream that I will make. Also, this is the VOD, this is the link for the VOD channel on YouTube, so you can check every single stream that I have made so far. Also, another thing that I have made until now is that I have made a playlist that I have made, so that it is divided per game, and you don't have to search probably for that exact stream that you're interested to see. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.